Welcome to the Weather Guru podcast for July 10th, 2024 on this Wednesday hump day. We're currently looking at the watches and warnings that are affecting the nation here. And first we're going to start off in New York, and it's up in the Tug Hill Plateau north of the New York State Thruway. We have two tornado warnings here. Radar indicated tornado here for central Herkimer County in eastern New York until 6:30 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. A tornado was the main hazard. It's moving near Forestport, east of Boonville, and moving east at 35 miles an hour. So if you're in, please get to the lowest level of your basement or home and away from windows as this storm affects Atwell and North Wilmot, New York here. With main areas here moving east of Forestport in Boonville, North Carolina here. This is once again for Herkimer County. National Weather Service in Albany has issued that tornado warning. And you can see here it's moving across Forestport in Boonville, New York here. And if we turn on the velocity here, you can see that there is some coupling here on that last frame there. It's not as strong as it was before, but there is a coupling here of inbound and outbound winds here. And there's a coupling there, right there. And you can see the reds going away, the greens coming inbound. And there is a broad rotation there just northeast of Boonville and Forestport, New York here. So take caution, take covers here. We'll turn on the let's see if we turn back on the reflectivity here, and you can see heavy rain. You do see a little bit of a inflow notch there with that hook echo, kind of like a reverse hook echo as it continues to move across that area. So Boonville, Forestport, tornado warning for you in both of these counties here that lasts for the next 15 to 16 minutes here, expires here. The one in Oneida County here, there's a tornado warning down here. That one also was expiring in about another 2 or 3 minutes here. Down in Pennsylvania also, we have severe thunderstorm warnings in north of I-80 here. And this includes Towanda and Canton, Pennsylvania, up in northern Pennsylvania here. And this mostly hail makers here for southern Bradford County here. Severe thunderstorm capable of producing 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts and quarter-size hail. So these are going to be hail makers here in northern Pennsylvania and Williamsport and down towards the valleys there below I-80 there in State College. 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts, like I said, damage the roof, treating, and siding here. Williamsport, Trout Run, Garden View, some of the locations in there as well. Get a wider view of what's going on here. The remnants of Burrow continue to push into Canada here in northeastward, and it's producing heavy rain from London, Ontario, through the 401 and through some of the suburbs like Mississauga and Oakville and Toronto there on the other side of the Niagara Falls. But here in the Tug Hill Plateau, Rochester, heavy storms and rain down there along the New York State Thruway, Syracuse, Utica, and then we have these cluster of severe thunderstorm warnings here producing hail from Binghamton, New York, all the way down through central Pennsylvania. Down here through State College and just to the east of State College, and of course there, as I was just showing you, in Williamsport and all those areas. So we have those severe thunderstorm warnings coming, and then we also have one down here in the southern tip of Virginia here, Warrington, Virginia here, this Haymarket, Gainesville, just to the southwest there. Severe thunderstorm warning down here is producing the same thing, hail, and then we have some ones in Nebraska that are producing hail as we continue to see this expand here, as most of the storms are producing that as well. But the main ones are in New York here on this radar. As you can see, they're producing those heavy showers, heavy thunderstorms, and this can continue to be the day as the heating of the day continues to fuel these storms. And most of these are going to be hail makers up to an inch or an inch and a half worth of hail. Size hail could be falling in these storms in New York, Pennsylvania, Virginia, Nebraska, Arizona. Warnings, all of these warnings are extended here as a result of hail makers. And it's just so hot in the heat dome that the 2/3 of the country is under, and with that cold front moving through on the eastern side, that's what's creating that. New Mexico is still under flash flood warnings here, emergencies. So from Lincoln County, Ruidoso, Oxford, Somerset, New Mexico, Ruidoso, Lincoln County, Ruidoso Downs down here. It's funny, 3 weeks ago these places were in fire danger, but now we have these flash flood warnings here down here, and so be very careful if you're traveling in that area north of Alamogordo and those areas for those flash flood warnings that we have there in effect. And also be careful for the heavy rain in New York and Vermont here. And for Addison, Chittenden, Essex, Washington counties, we have radar indicated heavy rain there in those areas there. And the flash flood warning has been extended in this area here in northern New York, Addison County, for northern Vermont, northwestern Washington County, Chittenden County in northwestern Vermont, and Lamille County in northwestern Vermont. Like I said, rainfall inches of half an inch to an inch an hour per hour is not uncommon here. And so they've extended the flash flood warning. Be careful in Middlebury, East Middlebury, Bristol, all these areas here. Heavy rain continues to spiral here into Vermont, Plattsburgh, Burlington, Vermont. Also heavy rain is coming through in that northern counties of New York here, North Elba, and those counties in New York that have been mentioned before, Essex County there, right here, with that heavy rainfall that's coming down as a result of the remnants, the leftovers of Burrow here moving up into Canada. I get heavy rain all the way up into Montreal too as well. And so you can see this here, Maine, and there's a flash flood warning has been issued for Maine here. Once again, Maine, Somerset County, West Central Maine, Southeastern Franklin County, Eastern Oxford County flash flood warning. Up to 2 inches of rain has fallen, and flash flood is expected to begin shortly here. This is in Maine, just to the west of I-95 in Augusta and Lewiston area, Waterville area. So if you come along that area, be very careful there as that flash flood warning continues to impact that area. So looking at it nationwide here, you can see most of the rain is confined to that northeastern corridor there in northern Pennsylvania, with a few scattering of severe thunderstorms warnings here in Kansas City on a national view here, and then some in Arizona with the monsoonal flow out west. Like I said, the monsoonal flow has begun, and there is some severe thunderstorm warnings here out in the rim country north of Phoenix and the Verde Valley there. So just be very careful if you're making the way down there. But other than that, it's just clear and hot as this dome of high pressure is underneath here, and that's creating the dome of high pressure is creating these oppressive conditions. And you have a front coming through like that. The front is about getting ready to exit through, and the same trough that picked up this frontal boundary that picked up Barrow and kicked it out, that's what's coming through, and that's going to provide these showers down here along the mid-Atlantic too as well later on tonight between 7 p.m. and 10 p.m. And then once it clears the coast, it's off the coast, and that's what we have there. So this has been your local update here for the lower 48 states. Please be sure to subscribe to the Weather Guru. Thank you for listening, and I'll see you in the next episode.